Hey, it's the Chief Bonding with Board Games and RPGs. We're picking right up after Jones giving me the DNA and a serial number on the container, which tracks back to Wallace. Now, let me come in on the Mystery Matrix sheet. So the first thing you're going to see is I've added the DNA on box to number 11 to 15 under clues, and it's tracked to Tyson Finn and to Dot Polycor, the poet who is anti-synthetic slaver. Now, you'll see down at clue box 81 to 85, I still have forensic check box with propaganda. That's going to be the box itself, and the Wallace Corporation is who I'm going to have to follow up with. I don't have Wallace listed as suspects or anything, but I'm still going to have to follow up to see what does that mean. Now, something a little different with this Matrix, Mystery Matrix, is that Hack's job as a Blade Runner is to retire the Nexus 8. He's supposed to already be retired. But Hack doesn't like all these unanswered questions, and one of Hack's character flaws is he won't just retire Tyson Finn. He's got to answer some of these other questions. He was also hacking my spinner, which could not even be related to this. So you can see there's multiple things going on, and I am considering the spinner as something I believe Hack believes is connected to his work with the corporate office. So again, with the Mystery Matrix, we're going to just put the clues in and kind of work things as they go. As we move into this scene setup, we're leaving the lab. I go down, Timo's there, and they're rolling out my spinner. He's like, hey, I'll keep working on it. I'll keep working on it, Hack. I'm like, thanks, Timo. Love it. Get with me. When you've got an update on my general maintenance. He's like, got it. And he'll go and be doing his hacking things, which I've got a note on the side. Matter of fact, there's a cool little deal where I think I'll list that as, I'm going to put Timo Hack Info as a character, because if I get a random event, it can affect characters, and that could end up being something that just pops up out of the blue, which I think is how this would work. And within a couple days, I bet you Timo would have something as a deadline if it doesn't come up randomly. And I'm immediately headed back to my penthouse suite. Maybe the floor below the penthouse. See, is there any kind of an interrupt or a changed scene? Altered or interrupted scene. Chaos factor still 4. Everything's going good. I can almost lower it. 2! I keep getting interrupts, even at 4. Okay, and it's an even number, so yes, it is an interrupt. So my expected scene was simply driving to the penthouse. We were going to meet the corporate person who I'm escorting to the observatory event, and I'll hopefully work in the Wallace Corporation there. But let's see what this is. All right, we have 35, return, okay, and 89, return portals. Return portals. Return portals. Well, does that mean I'm returning, and a portal could just be a door? Well, roll again. I need some more info here. 35. We got return again. So return is going to be very strong here. Whatever it is, it's while I'm returning. And 50. So return, travel. Okay. So I'm traveling back. Return is there twice. To me, that means when I return to my door, which I believe would be the portal. So I've traveled successfully back. I've arrived at my corporate digs, as I call them. I've got portals, and I know I'm there. I want one more roll to see what this is. Something's triggering. It doesn't have to be bad. But something's interrupted before I'm going to this observatory event. 56, usurp. Usurp is taking a position of power by force. Okay. Usurp and 48. Success. So there's a successful usurp. What would that be? Position of power by force. Somebody that I'm meeting at the door. Okay, just had an idea pop in. Yeah, okay, it's odd, but the thing that comes to mind is that my lieutenant, Alexia Stratoni, who really wanted to go to this event, is at my door when I return. She's at the portal. And the usurp and success is that she tells me, and she's in an unbelievably nice, like, formal gown. And I'm like, so Hack is like, what the hell, Lieutenant? What are you doing? And she's like, turns out I've been invited, Hack. And I'm riding with you. And I'm like, what? So this isn't what I wanted at all. I'm like, God dang, you gotta be kidding. After all this venom and stuff, I'm like, how the heck? But the usurp, yes, that's it. I don't know what she pulled. Man, she's riding with me. I like it. All right. So I key code into the digs, the suite below the penthouse suite. And I come in, and sure enough, right there on the very nice table, I mean, we're talking everything's top notch, higher ceilings than normal, well lit. And there's some nice whiskey that's even laid out. And there sits my tux, all measured and perfectly fit. And I tell, I can roll with the punches. Obviously, I think Alexia has dropped the fact, or the lieutenant has dropped the fact that my benefactor, who we have not met yet, told her I'm going to be giving her a ride to the event. Now, I'm going to confirm that, but I'm telling you it is. I tell the LT, hey, pour yourself some of the best whiskey you're ever going to have. Let me go get changed. And when I go in and start getting changed, I actually check my Kia, and I've got the equivalent of a text or an email that confirms, Hack, you'll be escorting Stratoni to the event. I will meet you there. So I'm immediately perplexed. I don't want to go to this event anyway. And my understanding was that I would probably be driving the corporate head to the event in my spinner, which I'm allowed to do. But now I'll be meeting corporate there. And I've got to take the LT, who I was so smug with, in my vehicle. Interesting. All right. So I get changed, and I want to know, and this will be, I still want a 50%, so I'll go with somewhat likely. I just want to go right down the middle. I'm going to ask the Oracle, is the LT kind of smugly hostile to me? Basically, she's outmaneuvered. So 50 or less, 50 on the dot. 50 on the dot. So yes, this isn't like she's pleased. Well, she's pleased, but she's pleased that she's outmaneuvered me. And Hack, I'm a terrible maneuverer. It's not my skill set, so it shouldn't be surprising. But I'm still like, God dang, how did I get in a part where I'm driving her to the event? So Hack says, I think I leave the door open a little bit as I'm changing and getting into the tux, and I can have the conversation. I can hear the clink, of glass, and the pouring of a beverage. We'll have a little Ardbeg 10, my favorite. It's a 10-year smoky whiskey. just to get in the mood. And I think Hack has poured himself one from maybe from his Bronco flask. And he says he's going to be sarcastic. And he's going to say, "So LT, are you my date?" So, and it's said in that sarcastic tone. And we already know that she's still antagonistic and aloof and kind of like, "Hey, I've beat you at your own game here." So I think she'll come back with, "Consider yourself my escort." That's it. Because technically, grammatically, Hack is her escort. But there's that whole Pretty Woman negative kind of, "Oh, an escort. Oh, you're just like the hired help" kind of thing going on there too. I like it. I think he's going to throw out, "You don't have too many places to conceal the handgun." He's fired right back. And I actually think she's very attractive in the evening gown that she's in, which surprised Hack a little bit too. She just says, "I'm dangerous enough." So a little ambiguity on her side. I like it. So odd. The whole thing has shifted, the altered scene. Instead of, I thought I would be picking up or taking the corporate head to this event. Instead, I'm escorting my own lieutenant, who I just kind of threw it in her face. So I'm ready, decked out, and I think the LT even says, "You clean up nice, Hack." He goes, "I goes where they tells me." I goes where they tells me. So let's see. We're going to see, we're still at Chaos Factor 4, and we're headed to the observatory, which is very close. You're seeing the map now to where the Wallace buildings complex mega center is being built. And Wallace has put on this event as part of a showcase of not only what they're doing space-wise, which we'll be seeing in the observatory, but also what they're doing right here in LA. I give the LT a ride to the gala at the observatory, and I picture arriving, and it's almost like how you see the red carpet and the paparazzi shooting film. It's like the Academy Awards event. Hack's not doing anything with that at all, and nobody's parking the spinner valet parking style. So he finds a place to put down. Matter of fact, I would imagine he is able to get some priority and doesn't want the press. So rather than pull up, and I'm picturing the way the gala would be, the area where the observatory is must be not only in a high rise, but elevated. I don't know. Surely, though, it would have been elevated up on top of the building. Picture a big, wide open landing area where people are coming in for the purpose of being seen. Hack's able to park in a little more of an obscure spot. And he's got to link up with his corporate handler. Handler? No. With his corporate benefactor. So let's find out. Let's spend the time here. I don't know how this is going to go with this gala. But the first question is, and we're going to go with, again, I want a pure 50-50. We're going to come off the Chaos Factor for a second. I want a pure 50-50 as if it was Chaos Factor of 5. Is my corporate benefactor male? So 50 or less is a yes. 45. So we have a male benefactor, male corporate benefactor. And let's get some more information on this person. We'll use UNE, the Universal NPC Emulator. Description down in the link. So let's see. We're going for some modifiers here for the NPC. 88. Again, this won't be under the the mythic rolling, so that's not significant. But 88 is alluring. Okay, alluring, interesting. And the noun, 1. Man, we're rolling a lot of 1s. Okay, so that says gypsy, but I know from working with some folks that don't go by the gypsy term, although sometimes they'll say they're gypsies, they also call themselves travelers. So we're going to go with that part of it, an alluring traveler. All right. Interesting enough. Power level. We already know much stronger. So, I mean, that's known as benefactor. We already know. I mean, I could be out of my digs in a heartbeat if I cross the person. What's weird is Hack doesn't care. Hack would be fine. He's still got his secondary place provided by the police department. Motivational verb, 92. 92 is detect. And 8, detect deprivation. So the benefactor's friendly, in a friendly mood. But we've got to find out, are they withdrawn, guarded, cautious, neutral? 49. 49 puts them, they're sociable. Friendly and sociable. And then let's get the bearing. 48. Yeah, all right. So we've got 48 and then 79. I've got whispers. I don't know what that is. So his bearing is whispers. It's under a mysterious. Mysterious and whispers. What in the world might that be? And his focus is 14, which is history.